Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP army. Appreciate all the love. I'm sure you guys know exactly what's going on at this point. I made an update for you guys a few hours back, kind of going in depth as to what ended up happening, and we're going to take a look at what we could be expecting now as we are going further into Saturday morning, and of course this is a long weekend as well. How things could unfold, but some people aren't happy, and there are some factors to be discussing right now that I want to discuss in this specific update. So as far as the market is concerned, over the last 1 hour, we're starting to see a little bit of an uptick, but again, we want to be focusing on Bitcoin mainly right now. But the price of XRP $2.49 as of recording this update, and of course we're down about 5% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation approaching 150 billion. And the 24-hour trading volume is at $19 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So take a look at this. The crypto market lost $530 billion in an hour before rebounding to $3.7 trillion. So all it took was literally 1 hour. And those prices that people continue to talk about, crypto Twitter is flooded with these tweets about price of XRP at $1.41, and of course a lot, so on and so forth. Every single project saw this type of wick. But one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that this price did not last too long. But anyone that caught that had an amazing gain right off the bat. But let's take a look at some of the other interesting things that are happening. So I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of a perspective as to how big this really is. So take a look at what Quentin says: top 5 largest liquidation events in crypto history and their cause. So you can see this for yourself. Yesterday's one was the biggest by far, 19.3 billion. And what's crazy is if you add all the other, 4 together, yesterday's one still exceeds it. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. The other ones were peanuts compared to what we're seeing now. And that should tell you that this is massive. And of course, we're seeing massive amounts of capital flowing into the crypto space now as well. These are factors a lot of people don't really understand, but that is good to note as well. But let's focus a little bit more on this. We're going to come back a little bit later in this, but you can see Morgan Stanley drops restrictions on which wealth client can now own crypto funds. So obviously, good things happening as far as TradeFi and DeFi is concerned. Crypto is going mainstream, but we want to be paying more attention to this specific move. Take a look at this. This is what people are talking about. Someone just opened a Bitcoin short 30 minutes before the tariff announcement and just closed with $88 million profit. He opened this account today. So just before the announcement came out, this short was already in play. And then, of course, we know what ended up happening with the market. This person made a huge profit, like massive amounts of profit. And that is hinting, and it's clear that this was manipulation. Yes, one part of it is the tariff conversations and the announcement itself on China 100%, but it cannot be as big as it was today. There is definitely some market makers manipulation in the crypto space that occurred for the price to tank the way it did. This literally resetted the leverage side of things. Every single coin that you can name got impacted by this specific move. And a lot of people want answers. A lot of people want whoever might be behind this to be investigated. So we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys personally think, but it's clear manipulation in my opinion, and a lot of retail got wiped out. A lot of retail got wiped out. And again, why I always say, guys, stay away from leverage trading, because times like this is an example for us that we don't really want to be looking at slightly, because again, a lot of people got liquidated, and some people I even read, I know a lot of you can come out and say, well, what if I have stop losses in place? Guess what? There's on crypto Twitter, there's hundreds and hundreds of different tweets of people saying their stop losses didn't even work. Like put that into perspective, guys. But take a look at this quantum. I've done a lot of dumb stuff in 9 years of crypto, but I've never played with leverage. This is why just stay in the game. Thank you. And obviously I retweeted this. And speaking about tweeting, let me know in the comments if you guys are following me on X. If you're not, what are you guys waiting for? Hit that follow button on X, because I am going to start tweeting more on there. But yeah, this pretty much sums everything up. Like, now people are starting to realize there's so many people on X, posting their P&Ls, posting their, accounts, trading accounts, and a lot of them lost, like, hundreds of thousands. Some lost multi-million dollars. Again, you're going to start to see a common theme. It is more towards the leverage side. People that are holding spot, they're still holding spot. Yes, their portfolio is down, but they're still holding. You know what I mean? But people that might have been in leverage that got wiped out, their money is gone. It's not coming back. It's gone. It's gone for good. So again, a continuous reminder, but take a look at my overall take. I posted this on X. I said it's definitely a historic day for crypto, like, because this is definitely going to go in the history books as one of the biggest flush in the crypto space. It's tough to watch so many people lose money, but this is all part of the market cycle. Not everyone comes on the top, which is a reality. Up until the flash crash, institutional money was clearly leading the charge. Now it feels like retail interest is finally picking up again, but it makes me wonder, were retail investors sitting out because they had no capital left to deploy? Things are starting to get really interesting from here. So pretty much what I'm saying here is, prior to this major, correction, and, this major correction has brought in a lot of eyes, maybe people that weren't even in the crypto space, it has brought their eyes on it, mainstream media, so on and so forth. But before that, retail interest wasn't really there. The wave that we were seeing, the Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high, that was mainly bigger players, institutional money coming in. But remember we were talking about retail, but does retail even have any capital to, put it into the markets anymore? That's a question that we want to be asking ourselves. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are. It's a good discussion to be having. But if you're looking at the dominance index, of course, we know what happened, but it has been pulling down over the last few hours, currently sitting at 60% to be exact. Obviously, that is a support. But if we are able to drop below the support, we could push down to 59.6%, which would be a good sign. But again, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, that's where our main focus should be right now. We did come and retest the 23.6 once again at the $110,100. We saw a little bit of a bounce since then. But as I stated on my channel before, I think this wick is going to try to fill itself. Hopefully we do bounce. I want the market to bounce, but I just don't think this would end as fast as a day. That's what I'm personally thinking. If you're looking at the price of XRP, we're still ranging within the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. Again, some people did have an opportunity to accumulate it around the $1.90. Like I said, this price point was very short-lived, but some people got an opportunity to pick up at $1.90, and since then the price of XRP went up 30%. And I know there's a lot of people that got in based off of the X comments that I've been seeing. Obviously, in terms of a target standpoint, 265 would be the next one to be looking out for. But right now, you want to be focusing on Bitcoin. Very, very important to keep in mind. Obviously, the next few days are going to be very important. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think as to what I shared with you guys. And yeah, I'd love to know your personal thoughts. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.